All along he was fighting for you. He didn't even know your name. Young and calm and young and old, but life goes on just the same.
So I've been informed that the stream is on. If you're behind, if you sit in front, would be very happy. Can I have everybody's attention? Primas Bahiji is going to talk to us from Action Aid Uganda, one of the partners that believed in us from the beginning up to now. So you're welcome, Mr. Primas Bahiji.
Viva Africa, viva! Viva! Energy! Viva Africa, viva!
Viva!
Viva Africa, viva!
Viva!
Protocols observed. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Primus Bahiji at Kwase. I've already been introduced. And I'm not sure whether I should speak as a partner or a friend of Faraja. But I'm extremely excited and happy to see Faraja celebrating 5 years of existence. And at times it's extremely hard to speak about an organization that you have seen take so many strides. I normally joke with Emma and say I'll never forget the moment when he, as Emmanuel, used to be the executive director, the accountant, the program officer, the signature on the account, and virtually the cleaner and the housekeeper of the office. And when you hear that story and you are an Aaron who has just started Action for Change, or you're a young person who is about to start, it should encourage you. I vividly remember it was the 18th of May, 2017, when we had an engagement in Mbara University. And we had one banner of Faraja Africa Foundation. I wish you had called some of the alumni in that conversation. And one of them actually won the award as the best innovative young person in science and technology. But the story is simple. So when we had this banner, Emma was the one carrying it. He had the camera. I don't know if that camera is still in the vintage. He was the social media influencer, and he always posted at night. And we had moved with an accountant that day who was fired after coming back from the event because of not living the principles and the values. And it's amazing that today, the gentleman who started alone has a team of more than 18 young people in a period of about 4 years. So that simply means that vision, ideology, and dreams are as important as possible. And most of us, in our words, in our actions, we tend to become dream killers rather than dream enablers. And I wish some of the big organizations were here so that I can speak directly to their eyes and ears. Because there are moments when we have become vision killers rather than vision enablers. And the reason is simple, that when organizations like Faraja come, we begin asking for a strategic plan when they are 1 year old. We begin asking for strong systems when they are 6 months old instead of believing in the dream. And Emma, I want to thank the partners who have stood with you, who believed in ideology and supported you, including the World Heritage, that is UNESCO, among others. So let me speak about the future briefly in the next 2 minutes. And I'll speak about the future in two aspects. One, on the unique way Faraja has organized. And if you are a young person here, you need to pick inspiration. The future of Africa and the future of us as Ugandans is not going to solely be on begging, but organizing ourselves to develop our own enterprises and ensure that our dreams are realized. Why Faraja is a unique entity and confusing to some donors is because they are a social enterprise. So Faraja Digital has capacity to finance some of the activities of Faraja Africa Foundation. In other words, Faraja Digital can bid, get a business, use the money to do social work. So if you are a young person and you want to start an organization, I kindly urge you to learn more about social enterprises. And now today we are launching Faraja, the social enterprise, and one of the unique social enterprise models. So reach out to him and ask him, how are you managing a team that is headed by digital media, and the other one that is a foundation where you have a program manager and this side you have a production manager. And how do you ensure that the funds that come from the social enterprise are enriching the foundation? That's one. Two, the future belongs to the organized. And I think what we are launching today is a strong institution, or the institution that we want to be strong. One of the things that have made most of the young people's organizations fail to thrive are largely around governance. When we get money, we become greedy and want to consume that money. We don't want to account for it. And before we know it, the person who gave us the first grant cannot give us the second grant, or even the third grant, or even the fourth grant. And that is driven by short-termism. We are a little bit myopic in our thinking. The inspiration that we draw from Faraja is that Faraja, when you look at their strategy, they want to be the leading consortium and convener on the African continent. It simply means that the infrastructure they put in place right off from the start is not an infrastructure of somebody who says, I want to be the leading convener in Kasese. I'm not speaking about Vision International actors. Or I want to be the leading convener in Mbarara. I'm not speaking about the federation. And the way you set out to do that will definitely determine how you organize. Because if you want to be the leading convener in Africa, in Kasese, it simply means that your board is going to be composed of your cousin, the next person is going to be your relative, and the next person is likely to be your uncle. And before you know it, it becomes a family enterprise rather than becoming a global enterprise. And cross-fertilization, even in production, has proved to be the strongest way of ensuring that humanity continues, but also organizations thrive. So I'm happy that you're working with Tanzanians. I'm happy that you're working with Westerners, Northerners, Easterners, and everyone. And that's the character of a national or an international organization and how it should be. And it's my wish and prayer that Faraja becomes the first young international organization spreading her wings across Africa in this generation. I want to conclude by saying, united we stand, divided we fall. I have worked with young people, and there are young people in this house. We need to avoid intrigue. We need to avoid hate. We need to avoid competition. Now, one of the things that are killing young people's institutions is intrigue. That when somebody comes here and witnesses a wonderful launch, somebody is going to go to GIZ and speak all the negative things about Emma and Faraja. He's going to go to the ministry and say, you want to do an MOU with Faraja? No. Those ones do not work like us. They are concentrated in universities. For us, we're on the grassroots. Blah, 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 A, B, C, D. Instead of saying, how do we work together to solve the problem? Instead of saying, how do we support each other to overcome the enemy before us? Because Faraja alone cannot solve the unemployment question that we have in Uganda. It cannot. Faraja alone cannot solve the problem of leadership that we have in this country and in Africa. Faraja alone cannot solve the question of poverty that we have, because the question of poverty is enormous. We need concerted efforts. But we have been trained to be competitors, we have been trained into intrigue, and we have been trained to focus on what divides us rather than what unites us. And the earlier we iron out that hatred, that intrigue, that confusion that is speaking about one another, the better for all of us. Because on the top there is enough room for all of us. All of you can have Faraja Foundation as big as you want it, and the space for Faraja and your space will remain. But if you pull down an institution like Faraja, it means you're pulling down the efforts and employment of 18 young people. And lastly, to the employees of Faraja, it would be bad, and Chair, allow me say it. To the employees of Faraja, this is a dancing stage that you've been given. And the way you dance on it will predict the future. The way you walked into the gate of Faraja, hunting for an opportunity, hunting for a desk, there are so many people who would also want to come and do the same. But you can choose to dance on that floor and break it. In other words, you can choose to be the last person on that dancing floor and say, I have gotten what I wanted. I no longer need Faraja. But as you do that, think about the so many young people who want the opportunity that you wanted. So every day, work to make Faraja better, work to strengthen that platform, because the way you came looking for the opportunity is the way so many people want that opportunity. If you feel that your dreams and ambitions can no longer be accommodated at Faraja, the gates are opened. Just walk out. But for the time that you're there, dance to be the best dancer, so that whoever sees you on that dance floor will know that you're building for eternity. And in that way, we'll be building an institution that is everlasting. To Emma, success and the top is easy to reach, but managing success is the greatest challenge. You have a wonderful board chair and team. Let's focus on how to manage the achievement that you have achieved and ensure that you become greater and the institution becomes greater. I pledge my commitment to continue working with Faraja in thick and thin. Wherever you will be, you will be. Your people will be my people. Your dreams will be my dreams. And together, we shall build an institution that is for the greater good of humanity and also will live for generations to come. I want to thank you. 90% of the words have been mine, and maybe 10% for Action Aid. I thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Primus. Easily the best speech I've listened to today. But thank you for standing with us, Primus, through thick and thin. The next and maybe the last partner to speak, but definitely not the least, because our guest of honor is also from the same ministry, Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development. The final partner to speak on behalf of the section of launching Faraja Africa Foundation is Miss Sylvia Pimer, who's the youth officer at Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development. And then I think after Sylvia has spoken, I will hand over my MC powers, but it was an honor being the MC for the launch of Faraja. You're welcome.
Thank you, MC. Good afternoon. Is it evening? Good afternoon to you all. Like introduced, Sylvia Pimer is my name, Youth Officer at the Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development. Faraja, Emma, congratulations upon the launch of Faraja Digital TV. As called to talk about the national coordination mechanism for youth programs. But I remember telling Emma, we cannot just talk about the coordination mechanism. Let's use this to kill two birds with one stone, inform the young people in the room and the partners of where we want to go as a department and a section for youth in the country. So I'll just go to, all of you are aware that under the NDP3, we are now focusing on program-based budgeting and implementation. And as a ministry, we have two areas, two pillars that directly fall under us. That is human capital development, community mobilization, and mindset change. So most of our interventions as a ministry and a department will fall under those areas. Of course, it's not only Ministry of Gender, but we have the Education, Ministry of Education, the rest. So what are we looking at? We are looking at improving the foundation of human capital development and to reduce vulnerability as a country. But under our areas of interest in the next 2-3 years as a department, most of you are aware in May 27th, we launched the National Coordination Mechanism for Youth Programs. This is a platform, a mechanism where every person in the youth sector should be a part of. Under it, we are hoping to get to know who is doing what and where. During lunch, I was hearing many people saying, I do this in Western Uganda, I'm this in this area. But then I was asking, as people in the youth sector, if you want to matter, do the people within the districts know what you're doing? Who are you accountable to? Because it starts from that level. Can your initiative be sustained through the structures which are there? So we hope to map out all institutions in the youth sector and then group them into 3 thematic areas. Faraja, which is more of governance and leadership, will fall under youth and governance. Then we shall have the actors in SRH, in HIV and AIDS, reproductive health, mental health. All those will fall under youth and health. Then the ones in skilling, empowerment will fall under youth and livelihoods. So we
Recording
are
in
hoping
progress.
that once we have this platform, initiatives like this, like the launch of Faraja, would have all the partners being on board without someone expecting, because it would be something they would accept and see the need to be a part of it. So under the the coordination mechanism, we also hope to develop a youth management information system where I don't have to call Emma or Sharon to ask about something. It's just by a click of a button for me to see what is actually there. So these are some of the things under the National Coordination Mechanism for Youth Programs that we hope to have. But it's not stopping at national level. That's why I was asking, do the districts know what you're doing? At the districts, we are going to set up one committee. Yes, we have projects that come and form subcommittees, but we hope the subcommittees would be answerable to the overall committee that will be set up under the National Coordination Mechanism for Youth Programs. So this, we hope that will stop end duplication of services, but also the intrigue would be no more, because then there's your network is, your social network is your network, something like that. You would understand each other better, the opportunities will be better, and once we are together, our bargaining power is going to be higher. So these are what we want to achieve. We have tried to achieve this with children's section, but we want to up our game in the youth section. So our other area of interest, you're all aware we've had the National Youth Policy 2016, but we are going to review it. Starting next year, we are starting the processes of its review. So those are our areas of interest, starting from the regulatory impact assessments, the consultations. So if we are not united and connected, how then do we consult? Who do you consult when people are not together? And then we have the National Youth Service Scheme, where we hope issues of qualifications, experience will be answered there. It's still before cabinet, but once it comes out, that is our other area of interest in the next 3 years, is to develop the action plan for its implementation and the actual implementation from grassroots. Because we are going to have, there will be attachments to your university. If you want to go to university to be accepted, how many years of service have you attained? All through from senior 4, senior 6, those would be some of the requirements. And if you want to work with government, what certificate of completion do you have that shows you have done service, community service in your area or somewhere else? And then the National Action Plan for Youth Employment. That is our other area. We were tasked by cabinet, by the last cabinet, to come up with an action plan, which we did, and there are some proposals we have, like the 24-hour economy, opening it up, something for people to work in shifts. Those are the options we have there. And once it comes out, those are we hope to implement it in the next 2 to 3 years. And then under employment, we want to profile the available market demands vis-a-vis the skills acquired. The wise people, the people who knew better, went to oil sector when the rest were sleeping, and they're the ones in things now. But we want to see in the next after oil, what is it that is coming? What can the people do? What skills will be required? Then the training of youth, we have provision of youth with startup equipments. That is under employment. And under SRH, most of you are saying my area of implementation is SRHR. Under SRHR, I want to improve on the intergenerational dialogue between adolescents, the young people, and then empowering of youth leaders. We have many youth leaders at grassroots levels, but do they understand what SRHR is? You realize that after launching of the sexuality framework, National Sexuality Framework, its implementation has been stalled because most leaders thought sexuality framework meant go and have sex. So we want to empower leaders. One of the areas of interest is training leaders on to understand sexual reproductive health and rights, to know it is beyond sex, but making meaningful life choices. And then the integration of livelihoods into SRHR. Most of us are in empowerment of youth, but we want, even in the empowerment, can you bring in aspects of SRHR for the young people? So you'll see that those are the areas we have under governance. We realize that every institution has a curriculum, a module. So we're saying, as a ministry, can we harmonize them and develop a standard curriculum in governance and leadership? So that if one wants to do small modules and what they can pick from there, but when we have one standard one. And then the capacity building of the youth leaders, we have DYCs, we have sub-county youth leaders. McLean will bear with me. Apart from NEC, we really have some DYC members that really need support, how they can function at their level, how they can cause change at the stage they are in. So we hope some of these will be things we'll take up, because governance is beyond leadership and accountability. And then creating spaces for intergenerational dialogues between the leaders and the young people. So we felt these are some of the areas as youth beyond the coordination mechanism, but also just an appeal to the actors, the many CSOs that are here, the initiatives, is that if you could kindly try and be known meaning if it's a CBO, what do you have with a CBO? Do you have an MOU? Are you legally registered? Are you part of the planning for the districts? And then we move it to the national level, so that then we are counted and accountable to the young people that we serve. So my appeal is that you all join the coordination mechanism. For those who can't access us, or what Emma Faraja, I call him Emma Faraja, he's one of our, he supports us in that mechanism. If you can easily get to him and you get the details of how you can join, that would really be helpful. Or my number is just, it's a public number, 0774 490 You can just call so that we can see, then we keep the data, the information necessary, so that when you are trying to create these platforms and they're up and running, it is easier to get you to be part of those platforms. Thank you so much.
Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. My name is Emeka, the Romantic Muchiga. I'm glad to be hosting this session of the event. I would like us to congratulate Emma Wawide and the whole team at Faraja for launching the Faraja Digital TV. A round of applause for them. It's such a huge step. It's something great, mostly for the youth. It's not easy. So you'll forgive me, I'm not used to these types of microphones. I'm used to the microphones of holding, but I hope I can get used to this one. Anyway, no, it's okay. Don't give me that one. I'll bear with this one. At least my people in Usheni can see that their son has made it. Anyway, allow me introduce to you the team at Faraja. Faraja has an awesome team that makes sure everything is running very smoothly. So I'm going to invite the team leader of production, Miss Akol Elizabeth, to come and talk about herself, come and talk about her job and whatever she does. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Miss Elizabeth Akol. She is the production team leader. This whole production you see, the people you see at the back, the people you see behind the cameras, she is the reason and she is their team leader. You're welcome, madam.
Hi, everyone. Hi. Well, it is a youthful TV and it's a youthful day, so please cheer up. We've just had lunch. Hello, guys. Not enough. Hello, guys. Okay. Hi, Paul. Okay, my name is Elizabeth Zipora Akol. He called me the team leader. Perhaps, yes. I am the team leader of the digital and the part of the enterprise. So, God. Okay, I have a speech written, but I don't think I want to follow it since we are young people. I'd love to talk about Faraja Television. Thankfully, we have been launched today. So Faraja is a platform that we came up with besides what they told us earlier on, a platform to, showcase our different projects or live stream our different projects. That is not why we came up with Faraja Television. It could be one of the reasons, but we brought it about to give us more views or give us a platform as young people. So you'll find that as young people, we have plenty of ideas and we also have creative minds, but we do not have a particular space to portray or bring out these particular ideas. So that is why we also came up with Faraja Television. We know other media houses are out there. Yes, it's a competitive world, but our niche is quite different. So when you talk about Faraja Television, following also our vision and mission, we want to give a platform to young people to portray their views, platform for young people to engage in civic engagement, probably civic spaces, and also talk about everything that they are involved in. So I do not work alone, and I'd like my team to step up because teamwork rules it all. Team. Some people actually don't know they are part of the team. Edna, for starters.
All right, so I'm going to be reading the team one by one. I'll read the name and the show they do and whatever they do. I'll start with Miss Patricia Zawede. She presents a show called Sauti Africa. Miss Patricia Zawede. Okay. We have Miss Sharon Nantaba. Nantanda. I've been thinking about Nantaba. Miss Sharon Nantanda, she does the creative think tank. Yes. We have Miss Edna Kanyesije, the lady standing here. She does Today's Life. I think it's all about mental health. It's such a nice and awesome show. We have Miss Akol Elizabeth, the team leader, who does the Situation Corner. Then we have, again, Miss Akol Elizabeth and Hilary Asasira. They do the news round. Then we have Mr. Oboth Julius, who does the gracious words, but I guess he's not around. He stepped out. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the team at Faraja Digital TV. And it's a team of awesome people. It's a team of great people. They do a lot of great work. I've been to their offices and I've witnessed. Though when I come to make noise, but yeah, it's okay. So I'm going to invite all of them to come and say something about their show. They officially introduce themselves, tell us what your show is about, and what should people look out for. So I'm going to start with Zoe Zawede, Miss Patricia Zawede.
Hello, good afternoon, stroke good evening. I hope we're all fine. I'm called Zawede Patricia. I'm so happy to be here today as Faraja Foundation celebrates the 5 years in service. I should say it's a tremendous job, So I'm a presenter of Faraja DTV and my show is called Sauti Africa. Basically, it's about talking about lives of young African youths, entrepreneurs, people who are inspiring others out there who are doing, okay, it shouldn't be about something big, but anything that someone is doing that can encourage someone to live on with life or to try out something. It could be an entrepreneur, it could be someone with a life-touching story. And yeah, probably one of these days we shall be visiting some of you and hosting you on our show. I hope you welcome us. Thank you.
Oh, this is too long. Hello, everyone. My name is Nantanda Sharon, and I work with Faraja Africa Foundation. When I joined Faraja, I was an admin and a programs officer. But with time, as they told you, Faraja is a space for young people, and we grow and learn new things. So I became a TV presenter as I continued. So I present a show called Creative Think Tank, everything to do with how to make money. I'm the person. I love helping young entrepreneurs grow. I love to see young people have their own money because I know financial independence is very, very, very important to young people. It saves us a lot of things like, inside of politics, I won't go there, but everything to do with money and young people making money. I'm the person because I love to see young entrepreneurs. I work closely with Maclean. Hi, Maclean. So to see her here, it gives me joy and her journey with Faraja. So thank you.
Hello. My name is Edna Kanyesije. I am a presenter on the Today's Life show, the segment of mental health. Yes, I am also a program officer at the foundation, and I joined the TV team because I'm passionate about mental health, and I was looking for a platform where I can share about what I'm passionate about. So yes, Mental Health Show is a platform where we talk about everything mental health and how situations around us can affect our mental health. Actually, I think I've hosted some people in this room. I've hosted Julia Mkumza. She was talking about how campus life can affect your mental health. So yes, and it's always a pleasure doing the show. I love it. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Edna. I'm going to invite a gentleman who was shy to speak, but I think he has gained the confidence. When he saw me standing here, he gained the confidence. So, Mr. Hillary, come and talk about the situation corner. Let's give it up for Mr. Hillary.
Hi guys, my name is Hilary Saira Asasira, and first of all, I'm so grateful that Faraja has given me a platform. I do a weekly sports roundup show. I talk about sports, of course. That's what I do: sports, Africa, Uganda, locally, and internationally. So I just want to thank Faraja for giving me that platform. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Hillary. So I'm going to invite Akol Elizabeth back to talk about the show she also does, and then she'll introduce the rest of the shows that are on Faraja DTV.
Thank you very much, Colin, Emeka. The first time you called me, I was actually so nervous, but I think I'm now okay. So, yeah, I am. I am a graduate of journalism and mass communication. And when I got into Faraja, I was asked if I knew basics of camera, basically anything in line with camera work. And I told my boss yeah, I know something small, but I'm willing to learn. He then asked me, what is your passion? What would you want to do in the nearby future? What do you want to be? And I told him, I want to do news. I want to be a news anchor. And he's like, okay, what is stopping you? I simply told him, I've gone to different TV stations with different concepts, but when I get to these different TV stations, they either want to change my concept or they want to do I don't know what, steal the show, something of that sort. So he told me, you know what? We'll all get there at the end of the day. And boom, before I know it, we have Faraja Television. So I'm so grateful that Faraja Television came through. You have noticed, I have almost appeared, I think, on all Faraja shows because of ABCD, but thankfully, we are now a somewhat big team. I handle the Situation Corner and news. The Situation Corner focuses on topical issues in the African continent, i.e. politics, social justice, and breaking stories. So you'll find that the Situation Corner is all in line with news. What is happening? Probably there is a bomb blast, God forbid if there is another. What are the young people going to say about it? There are decisions that are being made by the government. What do the young people have to say about it? We all have a voice at the end of the day. And you'll find that we do not have a space to clearly talk about these things. That is when we come through for the Situation Corner. Probably I'll call Patricia or Howard. Yeah, Howard has actually featured in the Situation Corner. We could be talking about the increase in fees. Probably, I don't know, the vaccination ish. And that is where we all bring out our voices as young people. News, it's daily updates. Yeah, everything is happening here, there, and I don't know where, but how are the young people also seen? We are covering a story of a bomb blast again. We are looking at the national security, but have we taken time to look at the young people that have lost their lives? The young people that have lost their businesses because of this particular bomb blast or because of, I don't know, a raid or, name it. So that is where the news also comes in. So allow me talk about eScoop and Gracious Words. These are in our lifestyle programs. eScoop is basically entertainment. Why would we call it a youth-based television and we do not have anything fun? It won't make any sense. So eScoop focuses on probably giving you all the insights of what's happening on TikTok, what's happening on Instagram, what's happening on WhatsApp, stuff like that. What are the young people doing with these social media apps? Are they developmental? We have noticed that most of the entertainment shows come and troll people, come and cause wars between different celebrities, between different people that are trying to earn a living or probably people that are trying to make a name. But then eScoop is here to bring you something way different. In whatever drama that is going on, do we find something productive in it or not? What angle do we choose? And that is why you'll find that Faraja Television niche is quite different. Then when we go to Gracious Words, you'll find that every single morning we wake up because of the grace of God. Every night we go to bed because of the grace of God. Every breath we take is because of the grace of God. Some of us have spent years without going to church, but either way, you come up with an excuse of COVID-19, SOPs, and all that. But at the end of the day, you'll find that technology has also come forth. So why don't we use our platform to clearly bring church to you? This Sunday, I may be lazy to go to church, but Faraja Television is broadcasting church. Yeah? We are literally sitting at the comfort of our homes and going through church. Every TV station is going through church. But beauty about Faraja is we are based on all social media platforms, since that's the trend. So that is where we beat the everyday traditional media. So I think I have said a lot. Hi, guys. Hello. Am I boring? Okay. So I think I have said a lot, and I'm still grateful to our ED for giving us this chance and this platform as young people to show the talent that we have in Faraja Television. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Elizabeth Akol. We really appreciate your efforts. We appreciate the work you're doing. Another big round of applause for her. Yes. And if you're out there and you're a youth and you have a unique concept for Faraja Digital TV, they welcome new and great ideas. So if you're out there and you have a really, really creative and awesome concept, feel free to drop by and you'll talk to the team and see how we can make it happen. Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, the reason as to why we are here today, the brain behind Faraja Foundation, the brain behind Faraja Digital TV is an awesome young gentleman. I don't want to call him young. I hate calling him young because he's way older than me. Oh, she had forgotten something.
This is so ashamed. Sorry, guys. I'd actually forgotten my productions team. Joshua, Alvin. Guys, please wave to us if you can't come here. They can't see you. They can't see you. Stand up. Yes, those are the two guys that do all the production. Thank you very much.
Okay, still introducing this gentleman. He's the brain behind this whole thing, behind Faraja Digital TV, Faraja Foundation. It's really amazing how a young person can sit down and think about such great ideas. Ladies and gentlemen, may we all stand up and at least welcome the executive director of Faraja Digital TV, Mr. Wabwire Emmanuel. Let's give it up for Mr. Wabwire Emmanuel as he comes to speak to us. You're very welcome, sir.
This is just violence. I don't think I'm the brainchild for the TV. I think these are aspirations of what many young people want. I am just the wheelbarrow pusher, making sure that it happens. One of the things that I used to go through as a young person, I used not to perform well in school because I was very playful. And one of my uncles said that I am Sindike Yake. You know those kids who are, I don't know, mentally challenged over, who are Sindike Yake, push and then it will work. So I didn't take it in bad faith. I said, really, this life is about Sindike Kolechi Yake. For those who don't know Luganda, it means push, DMC, you push and then you start until it starts. And that is what it means. But I'm very happy. I'm very humbled to the team that we have. I'd like to thank very much everybody. I think there's one team member who hasn't spoken, who hasn't been in front here. And I would request her to come here and say something. She's our finance manager. When I am not here, she's our second in command, and she's in charge of everything. The billions you think we have, the orchestrator is called Brenda. She's the lead of Money Heist at Faraja. Money heisting and using a lot of money, but I'd like Brenda to say something in the time I have, and then we can wrap up and see. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Magaga Brenda, and I'm really grateful to be a part of the Faraja Africa Foundation as well as Faraja DTV. I would really like to thank all of you for your kind participation and humbly accepting our invite to this day. Thank you for being with us throughout this whole journey for the past 5 years and those who have joined us along the way. We are really happy and grateful, and we look forward to engaging with you more. Thank you.
Thank you. It's been a battle to launch the TV. I'm not going to say where we've come from, but we have senior fighters here. I'd like to recognize them. And one of them is McLean. Please wave to the people. And Sylvia Pimer. Thank you. I don't want to orchestrate violence, but I'd like to say that Faraja, we are family. And as we have started, we would like to walk this journey together. So to the Ministry of Gender, when you have any engagement, we'll give you coverage as our partner. And to the NYC, when you have an engagement, we'll give you coverage as our partner. I happen to have had a small background in, not small, but in youth politics, and I love the energy young people have, and I love the learning that we go through. And one of the things that we at Faraja do orchestrate is we don't hold grudges, but rather we embrace each other. And one of the things that I believe from here onwards that we can be able to embrace each other and build all of us as a team. To the team of influencers that are here, welcome to the family. And Zoe, please make sure that they actually become baptized in the family. And to the partners that are here working with us, please open your doors to East Africa. Don't be limited to Kasese, Mbarara, and other places. And I would like to thank you all for this particular occasion. And I also request one more staff member to wave to us, and that is Peter Maswi from the Tanzanian team. Don't worry, they don't have COVID. The man managed to travel well. And I'd like to ask all of you, be ambassadors of the Faraja Television. Please follow us on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. Ask other people to follow. This is a vision that can be built by all of us, and a vision that can amplify each one of us. To our partners, when you have engagements in your areas, please let us help and come and be with you the way you've been with us. And to partners out there who are watching, we are always open for partnerships. We believe in collective effort for collective impact. And again, if you think we are your enemies, please think again, because we are more of your friends and allies than anything else. And we believe in the principle of guarding our hearts. Flash out. Don't let the sun go up and down when you're still mad. Being mad at somebody is very heavy and very expensive. But the most important thing is to see that we are able to work together and achieve a common purpose and goal. We may not offer you money or so on, but we'll offer the opportunities, the partnership, the energy, the passion that we have to work together. And for the young people we are partnering with, the exposure. And I'd like to ask our team members, please, the issue of Gambanogu, let's kick it out. The way we have managed to keep it out up to now, and I know we have gone to a whole new level where we are going to have more resources, more opportunities. Let us give equal opportunities to every young person. As we come, you can clap, Banang. Let me make it very clear. Faraja is not an Emmanuel thing, no. And I'm already planning my retirement. Faraja is a youth legacy that needs to come out of here and be able to represent the region. And one of the things that we are fighting for through our social enterprise and the partnerships we have is, can we have a youth center in these 5 years, a 20-acre piece of land for young people to have fun, for young people to learn, for young people to have facilities to do their work, and even for our partners to come and do their engagements without necessarily having to go through these expenses here. And most importantly, the TV is open to you all as partners. And I would like to assure you that before the end of next year, okay, within the next 15 months, it's much safer to say that, we will be officially on frequency. And it's going to be a youth TV to serve you as young people, but also to build your personalities, to build your visibility, and to be able for you to be able to resource mobilize. So don't go out there and suffocate alone and because you can't have the same equipment we're having. No, these things were got for all of us, not for Faraja. for all of us, because we believe comforting Africa is not about an organization. It's about all of us participating in these processes. So I believe today is a celebration for young people and not for Faraja, because Faraja is more like a call to action. Comfort Africa, and that's what we believe in. Otherwise, I'd like to thank you and to commend you all for the good work and standing with us with or without a lot. And we thank you very much. Personally, I'm very humbled today. I will not say much, but thank you. To the fighters, the battle has ended. Now, a new race begins. We are going to fight, and we're going to continue ensuring that we stand for the principles and the values and the young people that we're engaging with. We are hoping that at the end of by next year, I think we'll have more resources, movement, and so on, so we can all be sharing on this and be able to do what we can do. For our partners, if you have an engagement, please also, we are there to celebrate with you, to work with you, and support you wherever we can, but most importantly, to also just be there with you. I'd like to thank you all, and I'll give back to the MC. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Another round of applause for Mr. Wawire Emmanuel. Wow, wow. We are so grateful for the work you've done. Thank you so much for creating this space and platform for all the youths. So I'd like to tell all of you that, we've officially launched Faraja TV, and like he has said, we shall be on frequency very soon. It's such an awesome thing. We really deserve another round of applause for that. Yep. Okay, so thank you so much for coming through. Thank you so much for making it today. May you have a safe journey back home. And to those of you who are staying around, it's okay. But we have drinks at the back. We have tea. To the single people, this can act as your supper. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much. Have a blessed evening. God bless you. And all I can say is that Katitu Simbo Day. Thank you. Have a great evening.
Faraja Television is a free digital platform participating with the youth, women, and men in civic engagement, economic and...
Welcome to Moja News Round. Let's take a quick look at the headlines.
Faraja Television is a free digital platform participating with the youth, women, and men in civic engagement, economic and Afrocentric development stories.
Naye babulire, a boy child should be educated.
Our platform intends to equip you with knowledge in policy advocacy, leadership and decision-making processes.
And it is through those spaces
we provide insight on business economics and startups, also bring you stories on young, vibrant entrepreneurs.
However, small-scale businesses were not at par with this. So today we meet...
In a row, we also bring you educational and entertainment content, showing enormous life stories, fun facts, music to keep you young and vibrant. Faraja Television, authentic African stories.
How would it look if it was? I what? Oh.
Every day, different wahala. This is East Coast gravity. When we have this, budget. What is getting 600 million? To listen to some people's music. However, listen to Ali's music. Did you see the e-concept? I believe at some point, I believe that she's the only Nigerian girl we have ever had.